Hello, this is the Oli Overview for the 30th of July 2020. So, it's been quite a day, and I'm doing this earlier than normal, which is nice. To quickly address history, on this day in 762 AD, the city of Baghdad was founded. In 1419, on the 30th of July, an event called the First Defenestration of Prague occurred, in which a Hussite mob killed 7 members of Prague City Council, presumably by throwing them through windows. In 1729, on the 30th of July, Baltimore, Maryland was founded as a city. In 1930, on the 30th of July, Uruguay won the first World Cup in Montevideo. In 1962, the 30th of July saw the official opening of the Trans-Canada Highway, which is still the longest national highway in the world. And in 1975, on the 30th of July, Jimmy Hoffa, a US union organizer, disappeared from the parking lot of the Matthew's Red Fox restaurant in Bloomfield, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. He was last seen at 2:30 in that parking lot and was never seen again, and his body has never been found. And in 2006, on the 30th of July, the very last episode of Top of the Pops was broadcast on BBC Two. It is still the longest-running weekly music show ever to have existed in the world and ran for 42 years. If you were born on the 30th of July, you share your birthday with 18th century British poet and art collector Samuel Rogers, with 19th century American engineer and entrepreneur Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, with 1920s Welsh actor and trumpeter Stan Stinnett, with Eleanor Smeal, US activist and founder of the Feminist Majority Foundation, with C5 touting Sir Clive Sinclair, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Australian-American bodybuilder, actor, politician, and 38th Governor of California, with Jean Reno, star of The Professional, or Léon, depending on where you saw the film, who is a French-Moroccan actor of some renown and excellent talent, if you ask me. 1961, on the 30th of July, Lawrence Fishburne joined the world. Lawrence Fishburne, of course, the American actor, most famous initially for having been the youngest member of the gunboat crew in Apocalypse Now, but latterly for being the physical persona of Morpheus in the Matrix trilogy. In 1974, the world bid welcome to Hilary Swank, US actor and producer. And in 1992, Hannah Cockcroft, British wheelchair racer. The news today, more COVID bleakness. Separate households will not be able to meet indoors in northern England. That's Greater Manchester, bits of eastern Lancashire and most of Yorkshire, due to ongoing problems with the R rate and increased numbers of infections. Early on, during the 30th of July, Donald Trump made some pronouncement about wanting to delay the general election in November because of COVID-19 and because COVID-19 was some kind of Chinese plot to affect the American democratic system. But senior Republicans have utterly rejected this idea, and it would appear that the general election will be going ahead as planned, thank goodness. And former President of the United States, Barack Obama, speaking at the funeral of civil rights activist and former Congressman John Lewis in Atlanta, has called for an end to institutionalized voter suppression in the United States, mostly along racial lines. Once again, proving that, it's not hard to be a classy president. Well, no, it is. I can only think of one in my entire lifetime. But when Donald Trump is the actual incumbent, you can open your mouth and say almost anything and look classy, which is terrifying. There we are. In other news, This evening, at the end of the day in UK time, I attended a very interesting lecture at the Philadelphia Photographic Centre by Zoom call, and I strongly recommend the wonder that is doing such things. A wonderful lecture by a documentary photographer and videographer called Nina Berman. I utterly commend her work to you. She's a fascinating creator. Anyway, if you need to set some kind of alarm in order to remind you to take medication or do an important thing, I would do that now. And let's all just truck on. Let's make it through another day. Take care, everyone.